women more valuable than men?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Because we're better.
Because they can give birth to children and we can't.
Because we give birth. And without
I didn't know he said that either. That they can give birth to children, we can't.
Which makes no sense because we need you in order to give birth to children.
Yeah,
So he's just agreeing with her to, play it safe.
he don't want to fuck up his pussy.
Don't want to mess up a happy home.
Yeah, he ain't trying to fuck up it for
Definitely
JJ.
try to get in the walls tonight, and the wrong answer will cancel that.
The walls.
In the walls tonight. He try to be deep in it. I
Let's keep going.
women, you wouldn't be able to have kids. I mean, without men, you wouldn't be able to have kids technically. But like, who's gonna raise them? You know?
So
And
if a woman
that's
can't have
like
kids, does that mean she's less valuable?
That's like a dig. Talk about without women, who's gonna raise them? You know how many single fathers there are
Yeah.
that's doing just fine.
Mhm. That is a fact.
So you can't say who's gonna raise them because sometimes women do a bad job at raising them by themselves, and vice versa. So that was a dumb response.
I think you have more of a disciplinary with the father than you have with the mother for the most part.
50-50 because some dads
50-50?
some dads can be soft because you might want to be a little more lighter on your children depending on the situation of their mom. So you don't want to be a hard dad if something happened to their mom or they getting this tough love relationship from their mother. You want to be
But
that
I
softer.
meant like just disciplinary. Like if you're doing something wrong, I'm gonna discipline you. I don't
That
care about
doesn't
if your
mean like
mom
just
is.
doing wrong. That's just too about I look at disciplinary as if just teaching them how to be an adult or I don't know. I have the words in my head, but it's not coming out.
Spit that shit
I
out.
can't spit it out because it's just I get it, but I don't.
But we trying to understand what you understand.
I can't. What I'm saying is that it doesn't matter. That was a dig to single dads, like as if men can't raise children on their own, like it's only a woman's job.
Nah.
So I didn't agree with that statement. Long story short.
Yeah, I do think men can do a good job. I mean, women can too do a good job. But I only think I do think the men with
Discipline them.
discipline them a lot more than like the mother would, because the mother's gonna be more nurturing and she don't want to discipline them.
That's 50-50.
That's why you need the father and the mother, because if you got both, you're gonna have best of both worlds. You're gonna have the mom that's gonna nurture, and you're gonna have the father that's gonna discipline them, so they won't. So when they get older, of age, they don't have, you know what I'm saying? He's protecting them from the things that they do when they get older. And the mom's gonna nurture. This is like, you know what I'm saying? You spank, the dad spank, and then the daughter or the son is gonna go to the mom, and she's gonna console them.
50-50. I agree. 50-50.
You tripping on it?
Because you can have some mothers that are just knock your ass out real quick, and the daddy might be okay with it as well. So it's 50-50. It's more, I'll say, I guess it's more your scenario than it is mine.
So it'd be more men, fathers that would, I guess, single parent that would disciplinary.
Not necessarily single parents. I'm saying in a household with a mom and a dad, the father is going to be more strict than the mother.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So that pretty much proves my point I was making there.
I just said.
I'm saying.
I just said.
But you said it in a whole different.
I had to sit here and think for a second.
Let's
but the main point of us pausing here
She
was
took a
that
dig.
she took a dig at single dads to me.
Facts.
No.
So what makes women more valuable even if they can't have kids?
Because we're awesome, understanding, better communicators. I feel like we think logically, you know?
I don't think
they're nicer to look at in the end.
The whole better communicators. Women are emotional. Guys do have y'all feminine ways, but sometimes
I
we
think the
can't
new
communicate.
age guys have that feminine ways.
Emotional as hell. Like sometimes you be wondering, like, you should have been a woman. The way you acted,
God damn.
you should have been a broad. But I think women are emotional. I
Yeah,
know I can be. I can be extra dramatic sometimes.
that's a fact.
And I will admit that and take it.
Jeez,
So
yeah. You think she in the damn opera?
I'll say that.
Women have value, don't get me wrong, but like somewhere behind that valuable woman is a man instilling that value in her.
Because a woman is soft. She's power. She's God. She's able to have a child, so you can give her the world, but it's not even big enough for her.
Can a woman have a child without a man's seed?
I believe so.
He said because a woman is soft, she's powerful. She is God.
Mm-hmm.
God wasn't soft. Or maybe I'm just biblically thinking too extra. But that didn't make sense.
No,
How is she a God and still soft?
at the same time.
God wasn't like, please follow my commandments. Please. I
And
don't
then,
want to flood you.
then on top of that, though, yeah, I don't. That's
That didn't make no sense.
How?
oh. Then he just asked him, can women have
A baby,
baby without a man?
And he said yes.
He said, I believe so.
Oh,
I think that's what he said. Let's go back.
Potato.
Let's see. I don't want to.
potato.
Let's see exactly what he said. Let's go back a little bit.
Somewhere behind that valuable woman is a man instilling that value in her.
Because a woman is soft. She's power. She's God. She's able to have a child, so you can give her the world, but it's not even big enough for her.
Can a woman have a child without a man's seed?
I believe so.
How?
How?
That's a question up for y'all to answer.
You go get some
Well-
seed from a tree?
You said houseway.
How?
Houseway.
His whole intro, a woman is powerful, soft. She's God.
He said, how can she have a baby without the seed? He gonna say, I'm gonna leave it up to y'all.
He said, can a woman have a baby without the seed? I believe so. How?
Let's keep going.
I mean, scientifically, it's never been proven that a woman can have a child without a man's seed. So why are women looked at as God, as the creators of life, when they can't do it without a man?
That's a great question, and that's something I've been wrapping my head around for. Do we treat women so high when a man is 50% of the reason why a child is born?
It's a
Pause.
simp mentality, like
He just said again, women are soft, are God, and powerful, whatever that he just said. But now, what did he just say? He just said something about why do we treat them? I don't know, but it just didn't make sense. Rewind it back. I need to hear his foolery again to get my point across.
Years trying to figure out why do we treat women so high when a man is 50% of the reason why a child is born.
Okay,
it's a
pause.
simp mentality, like it's
So now he said that we're powerful and strong, but why do we give them so much power when a man contributes to 50% of a child? But then again, he just said that he believed that women can have a baby without a man.
But at the
It
same
makes
time,
sense.
we give them 50% of the reason why a child is being born.
And he's so confused. And he confusing me with my responses because I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, throwing you off right now.
Yeah, like,
Let's get back to it.
it's a mindset that's going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, like people are programmed to think they have to save a woman.
Is it a man's job to protect women?
At times, yeah, it is.
Why is that?
Because we come from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman. You
now
hear
he
me?
want
women
to
also come
quote
from men.
Tupac lyrics.
It's just how life is, and that's how it's always going to be. Remember what I told you. It's been like this beginning of time.
I feel like without women, you wouldn't really have world order, you know? Like, who causes all the wars and all the problems? It's men, right?
Why do we blame the male gender?
She said, "Man caused all the problems." When,
She said we wouldn't have world order with men when women are very emotional, so you will have more war. That's just mine.
yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you
Because
women
as soon as you piss me off, I'm ready to fuck
blow
some shit
that bitch
up.
up.
I'm ready to drop
Push the
bombs
goddamn
off.
button. Push the
Push
button.
the goddamn button real quick.
But
So,
it has been a lot of wars that has started over women for sure.
For sure.
A lot of fights have started over women for
Okay,
sure.
people were sent off to war so you can die and I can marry your wife.
But
Because I
that,
can't
yeah,
marry her now because she's married to you. So I'm going to send you to war. You die and I'm going to marry her.
well, that's the Bible verse you're talking about.
The Bible version. I'm not good at names, but I remember stuff that happened.
Yeah.
But definitely believe David did that. And I don't even think, did he really die? He might have died. To be continued. Or they thought he was dead, but he still ended up marrying her.
For causing war and violent crime when men are the biggest victims of war and violent crime?
Damn. This is a great questions.
Why do we blame the male gender for causing war and violent crime when men are the biggest victims of war and violent crime?
Because they tend to insert themselves within the violent crimes and war.
The ones who fight the war get blamed, not necessarily the ones who cause the war.
I don't know that men are the biggest victims. I think men are definitely victims, but I think families are victims. I think children are victims.
Now, if men were more valuable in society, why would they be the first ones sacrificed in war?
Because they're not valuable.
She don't like men at all. I don't know what her preference is, if it's men or women, but she seems like she don't like no man about nothing.
At this point, she just talking and be talking because
Yeah.
he asked her questions because her answers don't make sense.
There's a concept called male disposability. We as a culture don't care about the problems that uniquely or disproportionately impact men. Male homelessness, 3/4 of men, male suicide, 80% of men, war deaths, 99.999% of men. We don't care as a culture about anything that impacts men. The best you'll hear is people talking about men's mental health, and it's always followed by so they can be productive and help the culture.
Mental health, physical health.
I don't know if my man was spitting a lot of, it sounded like a lot of facts. You know what I'm saying? He spit out a lot of numbers. It could be true, it could not be true. I can't really speak on it, but if that's the case, whoa, that's crazy.
All that has been looked aside unless they're bringing something to the table, whether it be financial or whether it be security in some sort of way in the household these days. I'm not quite sure what happened and how that happened, where men and their needs are looked over.
Is having a child the most selfish thing you can do, or is it the most unselfish thing you can do?
Unselfish.
Why?
Why? Because as soon as you have a child, then
I'm listening to what she's saying, but I hate to say it sometimes. There's always some Negro in the back.
I just want to bing and just,
Well, I want to say nigga,
boom.
that's a nigga right there. It's
Okay.
always a nigga in the back doing
Just
something.
throwing up signs and drinking his Corona. Just gotta be on TV.
Yeah.
And he trying to have a serious conversation with this lady. And he just distracts you because all you do is just look at
It's
that
always,
man
it's
on the
always,
side
always that one.
doing some stupid shit.
and everything else is second to that child. You put the child first.
Are women doing the world a favor by having kids?
Doing the world a favor? No, I think the world's overpopulated.
Do you think women are doing the world a favor by having kids?
Yes.
Aren't they just creating more traffic?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
We are the queens of the universe. Men have forgot that we are the queen of the universe. We are the womb. Without us, we cannot create life. This universe would not thrive without women. And men seem to forget that, and women give that power to men to forget that.
Do women create life or do women carry life?
We do both.
I mean, doesn't it take two people?
It does. However, if you have an island with 12 men and 1 woman, you would have a thriving society. However, if you have 12 women and 1 man, you would only have a limited society, and it would not grow on from here.
Yeah. She said you would have 12 women and 1 man, and it would not go on.
It would not be a thriving society.
But you would have more people in that society with the 12, with
You
the
would be able to procreate more.
more, so that island would thrive a lot more than the other island with just 1 woman and 12 men.
She's saying that the woman, the one woman will be in control of the 12 men to tell them what to do and how to build the island versus the other island with the one man and the 12 women because he can't do anything on his own. But the women are supposed to be the helpers.
But even that one man with that 12 women, they can create a bigger society. So therefore, out of them 12 women, let's just say you get 5 boys.
Yeah, your odds of having more children in that island versus having one woman and 12 men, you don't have to wait
9 months.
and then a
And
cool down
some.
period before you get back in that
So
thing and try again.
so what if she was that one woman with the 12 men? Yo, she gonna
She getting gangbanged.
she getting
She getting
beat up.
gangbanged. She not getting no time for her body to heal because after she had her first baby, they waiting on the next one. That's putting more work on
On
yourself
yourself, yeah.
versus an island with more women, and then you all can have children. You all can be that emotional support for everybody else. While the man does what he's supposed to do, and you help the man as well.
It's a sound effect where it's Donald Trump. Like, you're wrong. She's definitely wrong on this one.
She went straight to the universe, so she's one of those universe people. I don't know what it's called, but
Let's get back to it though.
yeah, that part.
Here on out. For 100 years, you would not have anything.
But don't men create more life since they can get more women pregnant?
No, because if you have one man and 12 women, you have a thriving society because women create the life. However, if you have one woman and 12 men, you get a lot. With 12 men and one woman, you get more.
I think she
If a
confused
man can
herself because it don't make sense.
Yeah, but I think towards the end she started like
Realizing
like, ah
I
shit,
done fucked
I done
up
fucked up, yeah,
because
because I ain't making no sense.
you're not, because you can't say that you get more out of one woman and 12 men than out of one man. And 12 women. That makes no sense. Obviously, you're gonna get more out of that situation,
Especially,
baby wise.
yeah, and you're gonna create more people to help that society to go on.
Yeah, she confused herself.
Yeah, I think she was like, ah shit.
Heck yeah.
At
I'm
that
on the strip.
moment,
He accidentally
she knew
She fucked up.
she fucked up.
Impregnating multiple women a day, why do women often consider themselves to be the creators of life?
Probably because we grow a child in our womb.
Men are involved in the actual insemination, but to nurture a child and to have your body grow and produce that life, it means something so much larger than just inseminating an egg.
I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for, but this is why male birth control needs to be a thing. Why are my hormones being messed up when I can only have one baby? And literally, like you said, men can impregnate so many women.
If women pride themselves on being able to repopulate a society, why are women often the ones pushing for monogamy?
Because we want to feel special.
Monogamy is something that only benefits a woman. It's not something that actually makes sense. It's just an idea that makes them feel good in their own head.
Can you name some controversial women's issues?
Abortion, right?
Because he said monogamy only benefits the woman.
That does.
No, because what if a guy don't want to have multiple partners? That's a benefit to you. That's more people you gotta feed.
What you mean you gotta feed? Because you ain't necessarily gotta feed nobody.
I'm saying like the chances of pregnancy. Monogamy is just one man, one woman.
Mhm.
That person saying that it benefits the woman. Now it depends on your household. Like if you're comfortable with your spouse being with more than one person, then that benefits both of y'all. But not necessarily maybe a younger guy, but an older guy might not want to have a whole bunch of bitches.
I beg to differ on that one.
Well,
I think like most majority of men would love to have a multitude of women. Man, you gotta think about like put yourself in a man's shoes.
I can't.
No, you can't,
I'm
but
trying to, but I can't.
a man would love to have at least 4 to 5 women. If he can do it and the women be cool with it.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work
Not necessarily.
for the men.
Not
That's a
necess-
lot of people you got to please. Unless you trying to just be out here just doing what you're doing with a bunch of women.
I mean, I feel
Are
like
you gonna be with somebody and be committed to these 5 women, or are you just fucking bitches?
they probably just fucking bitching. They might have one main girl, or maybe two main girls, and they smashing all the rest of them.
That's not
If
gonna
they
work.
being honest about it, like if they was being honest, like I don't know what's that junk called, the people that be all and I don't know them name of them
I don't know.
things.
I instantly with the sister wife and just thought about that whole scenario about how this one guy with 4 wives and all these children that he has to provide for. Now, I guess those are 2 different situations versus if you just out.
Yeah, so I feel I get you. So
But
if
if
you,
you're trying to be like committed to all 4 of these women,
I get you on that.
monogamy is not just for the women, that's for the men as well. So that's something
But
that
the man wouldn't be monogamous if he got all 4 of the women.
right. So that's why I said that most guys, well, some guys, you want 4 wives.
Hell no.
Okay, so monogamy benefits you. It keeps you healthy and not in these streets.
I mean, I want to bang on a bitch now here and there,
Well, listen,
here and there.
here and there. Come around with here and there, 2 black eyes, nigga.
I mean, I don't think I get 2 black eyes. That's a lie.
Chocolate.
No, I don't think that'll happen. We already established
Right.
Let's not get this twisted.
I can't just sleeping.
Yeah, that'd be the only way.
You wake up and you can't see.
Equal rights, equal lefts.
Okay. I get you when I can.
But for real though, I do think majority of dudes, if they could afford it to take care of like 2 or 3 girls, however many girls or wives, whatever you want to call it, they would do that. If they could do it. If they had the finances and all that stuff like that to do it, I think some guys would. But for the most part, most guys just lie and they cheat.
Pay, equal opportunity.
Male privilege is a very real thing. We still see pay gaps. We still see, weak.
You think it's a certain thing as male privilege? Like what is a male privilege that men have?
I don't know.
I think it's like more female privilege than it is male privilege. Male privilege. Yeah, like what's that? Like they say a pretty privilege. Women get into clubs free. Women can do like the little feet stuff or what's that thing called? OnlyFans. Like you can be in a legitimate good career and leave that career and go to OnlyFans and make way more money you was making prior to what you was doing.
Guys still a lot of OnlyFans.
They're not making it as nearly as close to the money.
I
As women are
mean,
making.
nowadays people want to see some crazy stuff.
That is true, but what I'm saying is there's even whatever the crazy guy might be doing on OnlyFans, he's not making nearly as much as money as a female is making on OnlyFans.
I don't know.
You gotta think let's just think about just porn and OnlyFans in general. Who's watching that shit the most?
Guys are.
There you go. Like women ain't paying for OnlyFans. What woman you know about to pay for OnlyFans? Ain't nobody about to subscribe $5 or $10 for a nigga on OnlyFans.
I mean, they might because a lot
Just because
of
they might
girls.
don't mean they're doing it. If we had to put it to a poll, I'm pretty sure a majority of men are paying for OnlyFans than it is women. You might get like 3% of women may pay for OnlyFans. But I'm guarantee you 95% of niggas is paying for OnlyFans.
We'll have to research that and follow up later because I don't know the answers.
Are you paying for OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not paying for nothing.
But if you was asking a regular nigga out on the street, I don't want to say out on the street, but I'm pretty sure most regular dudes are paying for OnlyFans. How you think all these girls getting all this money? Remember the girl, the Catch Me Outside girl?
Mm-hmm.
You know how much she got paid on OnlyFans when that shit broke?
I didn't
Finally
even know
broke
she
out?
had OnlyFans.
Like, they was talking about she made like, I don't know, the actual number. Look it up real quick. Can you look it up real quick? The Catch Me Outside girl, when she finally got on OnlyFans, I think she made like $100 million. That's a lot of niggas paying for her OnlyFans to see what she look like. Bless you.
Thank you.
As soon as she turned, I think it's like 100 million or some shit like that.
She made $52.8 million in 1 year.
$52.8 million from OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? What dude you can say that can get on OnlyFans in 1 year and make $52.8 million? That girl set for life. 52.8 million. She ain't gotta do shit. What's that?
A Tiger, 7.69 million
Not even close.
a month. Yeah.
And he's a rapper.
It said he's the highest earning male in OnlyFans.
Not even close to that girl. And he's a known rapper.
Well, he said a month. Hers said for the year. So you just gotta do the math and figure out what is what.
She's still more than that nigga.
Well,
Can't walk home from the bars at night.
How can 1 minute feminists claim they can't walk down the street at night by herself, but the next minute claim that they can fight in wars as good as men do?
Damn. Whoa.
I mostly feel comfortable walking down the street by myself in most situations, not all. But I've also never been to war, so.
I know there's things you can protect yourself nowadays, but if you swear you can't walk down the street by yourself, then don't even talk about fighting in the war, because you'll get your head blown off real fast.
I feel like the war with women on women, I feel like if we really want to get to a better place with feminism, then we need to bring each other up and not see each other as competition.
Can you name any men's issues?
Treating women right.
How's that a man issue about treating women white? Treating women white. Right.
I stopped listening to her. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I think
We could just breeze on past her.
hold on, I wanna see it's something that he said I wanted to ask you about.
Can you name any men's issues?
Not that part.
War with women on women. I feel like if we really want to get to a better place with feminism, then we need to bring each other up and not see each other as competition.
Can you name any men's issues?
Do you think women are in competition? Do you think people compete in the world?
I think so. I think women compete with women. And it can be the simplest stuff. It can be the simplest stuff. A purse, a hair,
Yeah.
a car.
But pretty much everybody compete. Men compete just like women compete.
Treating women right.
Oh my God, suicide for men. Really, no one actually understands.
Shopify helps aspiring business owners, like Nona Lucia here, turn their passion into
How bad that is. Everybody make it seem like it's only female and kids, but I feel like men, their race is worse than women.
Women on this planet are here to procreate, be empathetic to men, and to teach people.
Did you say beat or B? Beat?
I don't know what she said. I told you. Those are my two.
Women
that
on this
lose
planet
me.
are here to procreate, be empathetic to men, and to
She said get
teach
beat
people
and
how
pathetic.
to be empathetic and
She
give empathy
probably just
with other
stuttering
people.
over her words.
Should society be
I think she was
concerned with the
trying to say
growing
be
epidemic of
empathetic.
male loneliness?
Probably. I mean, it's definitely a concern along with, the million other concerns. But yes, male loneliness is a problem.
I think men have to worry about that, but us as women, that's not our problem right now, and we're definitely being a lot more self-sufficient. So that's definitely a male problem to deal with.
Men handle loneliness very different than how women handle loneliness, and I feel like the way men handle it could be dangerous to themselves and others.
One day they might decide to end it all, and now everybody's.
So we're gonna wrap this one up right here. Thoughts?
Some of the young ladies made no sense in what they were talking about, and some of them did. You could tell the more mature ladies had logic answers, and the other girls was just talking about how they're important and men are not.
Yeah, like I said, we haven't been in the dating game in a very long time, so it's pretty revealing on what some of these comments and these thoughts are from these people out here in Vegas, I think they were at. So, to each his own. The moral of this video to me is that, hey, stay out these damn streets.
Stay out the streets.
Get y'all a wife, a
Get your
husband,
lives together.
get married, have kids,
Get you a
procreate.
spouse.
Yeah. Stay out
A
these damn streets.
companion.
Yeah, stay out these streets.
Stay out these streets.
And, Have your little thing on the side here and there.
I beg to differ.
Peace.
Peace.